Hey there, Pagan Perspective. My name is Danny and welcome to Wednesday. I am subbing for Yucca again this week. So the question is all about our collections. You can find it in the entirety in the description below. As I was recently a librarian for many years, as I love reading, my largest collection is definitely for books related to paganism. My home collection is separated by subject for nonfiction, and those are in different areas of the house depending on where we have room for them, and then alphabetized by last author. That helps me find the information I'm looking for the books I'm looking for. Now, because I have a background as a librarian, I do want to point out that sometimes there are I think there are generally two different ways that we approach collections. Collecting for the sake of having, and collecting for the sake of curating. So in a museum, in a library, those types of places are very, very conscientious about what materials they keep, what materials they take on, how they care for those materials. Each item, book, piece of the collection has a purpose and fits the criteria that the collection is based off of. Sometimes you see more generally in a home situation where collections are for having sake. It's very exciting to see how many tarot decks you can have, or how many athames you might have. And each one is unique and special to you, but perhaps there isn't as much thought that goes into acquiring each piece. And perhaps there isn't a time when that collection is weeded through, or some things go to a different home or something like that. For me, because of my background, I really am very, very careful about what books I'm actually keeping on my bookshelf. I do not have a large home, very much on purpose, and I don't want a lot of excess stuff in my life. That really muddies up the world for me in a lot of ways. It's more cleaning, it's more stress, it's more to worry about. So even in my spiritual practice, I'm very specific about what I bring into my altar space, into my bookshelf, and regularly I go through and make sure that these things all have value and bring something to my practice. If it no longer works for me, I am gifting it away to someone else who will appreciate it, someone else who will enjoy it. I do a lot of book reviews. It's really nice to have the physical copy for that, but sometimes I don't like the books, so I'm not keeping them. The one thing is that on my Kindle, I keep a lot of my fiction books, and those I am less curating because I don't have any space requirements, and I'm also not seeing it. It's really easy for me to just take it off of my Kindle and not worry about it. So my collections are definitely my books, and I'm very careful about what I'm putting into it, and I think that brings a lot of meaning to the collection for me and makes it work even better. So I will show you a little bit of my book collection. Let's see. I don't know how well my phone will pick up on this, but I have a lot on Druidry, some basic stuff, some that aren't specifically Druid or Pagan related, but work for my practice. And then I have some of the OBOD materials. One of my OBOD books is actually out on loan to someone else who's taking the course. And then just some extra supplies and stuff like that. But basically, that's my collection, and I just love making sure that each book has a special place in my practice and brings meaning to what I'm using. That's what makes a good collection, in my opinion. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments below about collecting and, the different methods of collecting or why people collect, I'd love to chat about that with you in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, may you find peace in the sacred grove.